Alright, so we gotta start today off commemorating our topic for all that matters. Why Vash is my spirit anime. Trigun, man. Such a great show. Such a great show. And I gotta tell you that me relating to this man right here is all that matters. You see this happy, jovial little dude right here? He is the main protagonist of a show called Trigun, if you are unfamiliar, and it is the story of this man who happens to be a very wanted criminal in a futuristic desert planet that the humans relocated to after they kind of destroyed Earth. Yet there's something weird about this man. There's something weird about Vash the Stampede that you end up learning about throughout the series, even though he's supposed to be this evil, wanted criminal kind of guy. He actually is someone who tries to strive for love and peace. And that is something that I've related to so hard. You could just boil that down to being black in America. People see you and hear about you, think you're a criminal and all that. But, no man, I'm a peace-loving dude. I'm trying to get through life, just trying to make people happy and make sure nothing else happens to them. That's pretty much it right there. But we gotta go deeper. You see, the thing about Vash, man, that really touches me is the fact that this man happens to be extremely skilled with guns. He just happens to be top-notch at what he does. And, well, a lot of people would think that I'm rather top-notch at the things that I'm able to do. I'm a very talented man and very smart, and been able to take advantage of those skills in a way that could hurt other people's opportunities and things like that. But that's something that I'm not really about. I'd rather use my abilities to actually help others. He's taking beatings and getting shot and all those kind of things, all for the sake of trying to save everyone and make sure everyone is able to actually make it through the human problems that we encounter in different arguments and stuff like that. And I just, it's just something that I see and need very much. I always try to see if there's some way I can make a compromise when there's arguments and give advice to people and try and figure out a solution that can benefit everyone. And if it means that I have to even take a hit for it, then I'm all for it. Because one of my philosophies is to basically treat everyone better than I want to be treated. And that means someone has to be taken advantage of. It better be me instead of the other. I'd rather it be me than the other way around. I don't like to take advantage of people like that. It just feels wrong to me. And if anyone ends up wronged, I'd rather it be me because, well, you know, I'll be back another day trying to make it through. Because, you know, I'm Mr. Vash the Stampede. Oh yeah, see, I can just bounce right back. It doesn't matter how many scars I wear. I'm gonna keep going and be pushing through life, because the thing is, what I'm here to do is to try and help people and change the minds of those who happen to be like me. See, another thing about Vash here, he's got a brother named Knives. Growing up, they had the similar beliefs and everything. They're the same kind of being. They're both a little bit different than the rest of humanity, and yet growing up under the care of humanity, they end up diverging in their view of mankind. One sees that you have to try and help everyone and help them to become their better selves. And then the other sees, well, since mankind is doing so bad at being better people, it's best that they go ahead and get rid of them, because the world would be better without these bad influences that continue to hurt them, not only themselves, but everything around it. See, that whole fight and conflict is something that I too try to fight against. People who I notice that are like me, who would take the wrong methods and try and go about trying to fix the world in a way that doesn't benefit everyone. It only really benefits themselves. Totally opposite mindsets that end up coming after dealing with the similar experiences. And that is something that makes me to relate to Mr. Vash the Stampede. Now, there's also some other little superficial things that I find I relate to Mr. Vash very much about. He's super goofy. Like, as you are watching the show, you will see him be as much of a goofball as possible at all times, making light of every terrible situation he's in, and also just loving donuts, even though my advice would probably be Dr. Pepper. Yeah, and just trying to woo any pretty lady that comes by and be like, ooh, oh yes, I'm chasing the Mayflower called love. It's just crazy, silly stuff like that. He's a goofball, even though he actually can be extremely dangerous if he's ever pushed to that level. Another thing about Mr. Vash the Stampede is that when it finally comes down to dealing with some of these terrible situations, when it comes to tackling some of the tough issues and finally getting in their face and trying to take it by the horns, any type of help that is trying to be offered, it kind of tries to push them away. He's like, no, it's dangerous, don't worry about it, leave me alone, I'll do it on my own, I don't want you guys getting hurt about it, because he cares too much sometimes to even let others help you get through the situations when they're able to. Something I can also heavily relate to. It's kind of sad, because something that someone he comes across his journey is able to see in Mr. Vash. Nicholas D. Wolfwood is a character who also tries to do the best he can to help people despite his terrible background. And that also has him come up with a different way of thinking when it comes to helping people than Vash. And when he ends up seeing Vash trying to smile his way through the tough situations, he just says, it's just an empty smile. People aren't going to be able to warm up to you when you have such an empty smile. Yet he still tries to push through despite that. I feel like I've had a few Nicholas D. Wolfwoods in my life as well. Tried to help give me a lot of guidance despite some ways of thinking and that may not necessarily line up, but our end goals are always the same, to do the best that we can for ourselves and for the people around us. I mean, they go through a lot, even when they have to go against each other. Eventually, they end up fighting beside each other, trying to help the people around them. It's a great friendship, and it's a great show. I mean, that's why it's my #1 favorite anime. In Vash the Stampede is my spirit anime. Okay. But you know what? You may not agree with me, but at least I know what I'm talking about. That's all that matters. Because I'm talking to myself anyway. Much love, peace. Peace.
Scary! Oh,
Just no skill.
what the hell are you, anyway?
I'm your bodyguard and ace gunman, just as advertised.
Thank you guys for checking out this episode of All That Matters. If you want to check out more of this series, you can check out the playlist down there. Or if you want to check out more of my videos, I can have you subscribe over here for every other week. I drop videos, and also over here is my website for more music and the random video down here. Much love, peace.